Stephanie Hanna on behalf of Mr. Nichols, approaching.
Your name, sir?
Cameron Nichols.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we are asking that you set this case for a preliminary exam.
Discovery complete.
To my knowledge, yes.
And will the people have their witnesses available on the 14th?
Here's where things start to heat up. A preliminary examination means the judge will soon decide if there's enough evidence for trial. It's not guilt or innocence. It's just whether the case moves forward, and with the bond continuing, it means the judge still trusts the defendant to appear for now.
Yes.
Preliminary examination in person will be set October 14th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Valvo. Bond will continue. Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Matthew Nicolai.
Andrew Banish for the people.
Anna Mackey on behalf of Mr. Nicolai, who is approaching. Please state your name.
Matthew Nicolai.
All right. What are we doing?
We're requesting to adjourn this matter. We're looking into
This moment right here, Veterans Court, it's a special program for military vets struggling with trauma addiction or mental health. Instead of straight punishment, it focuses on rehabilitation and recovery. The judge's tone shifts, respect meets empathy. You can feel the courtroom pause as service meets justice.
a veteran health court. Mr. Nicolai.
A Veterans Health Court
He lives out of Monroe, so we're looking to see.
or a Vets Court? What,
He's eligible. There will be, for just waiting for confirmation since he's out.
got it. What branch, sir?
Army Infantry, sir.
Oh, thank you for that. Okay.
Sir.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned October 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. Give you time to see if you can find it. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the cases of the people versus Dimas Paez, Madrid.
Alexander on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, am I on behalf of Mr. Paez Madrid? And sir, could you just state your full name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Dimas Paez.
Thank you. And Your Honor, I am requesting an adjournment in both cases. I am attempting to negotiate a global resolution of these cases as well as 2 cases out of district court. And additionally, I would like to address bond very briefly.
We'll hold up the defense. Just asked if the defendant could move out of state while awaiting trial to Indiana. That's a bold request, and judges rarely grant it. After extradition, the prosecution objects immediately, and the judge shuts it down. Fast translation: once you've been extradited, you're staying put, period.
Probable cause conference. When are the next, when you say district court, what district court?
14A2.
When's his next hearing on those?
October 9th.
I'll adjourn these matters to October 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
As to bond.
Yes, Your Honor, my client would like me to request permission for him to reside in the state of Indiana while this case is pending.
We have, Your Honor. I believe he was extradited from Indiana for these cases, so people would be strongly objecting.
And Your Honor, I did have a conversation with him about that. I believe from what he tells me, he was picked up on an unrelated misdemeanor in Indiana, which is how he found out about these warrants, and he was then extradited to Michigan. However, he had been living in Indiana with his fiance and his son. Fiance is not the complaining witness in any of these cases. As he's been staying with someone in Michigan, he hasn't been able to work. His fiance has reached out to me several times and let me know that she is not going to be able to pay their bills.
I've already addressed this issue. I mean, actually, I'm surprised that somebody who's extradited is actually out walking around, to be honest with you, especially on these charges.
Understood, Your Honor. I did let him know that I would try again.
Okay, I understood. You tried. I don't need a response from the people. Motion for bond modification or reduction in terms of Indiana is like the last time denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue with its conditions. Court does call the case. People versus John Riggs.
Alexis Plea standing in for Mr. Warren Green on John Briggs.
Yes. Mr. Riggs, can you state your name, please?
John Riggs.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Riggs is planning to waive to circuit court today.
You're going to waive your right to a preliminary examination, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed.
Yes, sir.
And you understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, sir.
People also waive the right.
Yes.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on a single count.
Your Honor, we are in receipt of the information in this matter. We would waive its formal reading at this time and stand mute.
Defendant may be waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
November 20th at 1:30 with Judge Slay.
November 20th, 2025, 1:30, Judge Slay. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the people versus Jaleesa Robinson.
Andrew Bailish.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lieb on behalf of Ms. Robinson, Your Honor. Unfortunately, Ms. Robinson is not present here today. I did make some attempts to reach out to her, and she did call our office this morning while we were in court, indicating that she was not able to have transportation as she's unhoused and residing in Detroit. Given that this is a nonviolent offense, I would ask the court to consider an adjournment.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case people versus Jesse Rogers.
Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Rogers, who's approaching, Judge.
Your name?
Jesse Rogers.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak briefly with Mr. Chablowski and with Ms. Rogers. She has provided me with some information that I need to go through. I'd ask the court for a brief adjournment in this matter so I can review the documentation.
Sign that.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned October 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Will conclude.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What's the date?
That day was the 16th, Judge?
Really? Man. 23rd.
23rd.
Court calls the case. People versus Jeffrey Sanders.
And on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. Sanders. Mr. Sanders.
Jeffrey Sanders. Thank you.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to set this matter for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right. People have their witnesses available the 14th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, October 14th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Washington.
I'll be in touch with you before that. Thanks, Jack.
Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case of the people versus Ashley Shepard.
In this Michigan courtroom, routine cases turned deeply human. A veteran stood before the judge, not asking for sympathy, only understanding. What followed wasn't just another hearing, it was a moment that reminded everyone watching why justice still has a heart. This is Trial and Truth.
Your Honor.
She's there. Ms. Shepard, can you state your name, please?
Ashley Marie Shepard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, we are going to adjourn this matter for mitigation purposes. When appropriate, I would like to address bond.
October 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. Master Bond.
This is one of those rare human moments in a courtroom. The judge doesn't just enforce, he listens when Shepard explains her breathing issue with alcohol-based medicine. He offers a scram tether instead of a breath test. It's compassion through procedure, a small act that shows how law can bend to help, not just punish.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've been in contact with my client regarding this case and her circumstance and situation. My client has COPD, and unfortunately, because of her testing, she can't take the medicine for it. So she is desperately struggling right now.
Because of what testing?
Because she is having to blow right now.
Got it.
And so she is struggling. When I spoke to her yesterday, she could barely catch her breath. But she's afraid to take a medicine for fear of testing positive before this honorable court. I am not, as far as the testing requirements go, the court, if looking at the information is accurate,
So she's on a sober link?
She has to blow. She told me she's blowing, yes.
Okay.
So she has.
Does she want a scram?
Your Honor, I would like, Ms. Shepard, would a scram work better for you since you have to inhale?
I don't know what a scram is, and I don't
It's a tether it's a tether that's on your ankle that will monitor you 24/7. You will not have to blow into a machine.
It likely will give you the ability, however, to take your medicine.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I do want to point out that this case is from 2023. After this incident, my client did go to rehab. She's not had a drink since then. She's not been testing positive at all. And I understand the nature of these charges and how the court would have her monitored. However, if she takes this medicine and starts to test positive with the sober link as well, because it's like a butyrol, it's alcohol based, it's going to go into her system.
Yeah, but we'd be able to tell.
I mean, if that is the case, would that work better for you, Ms. Shepard? It will go
Yes,
around your
please.
ankle.
Yes.
All right. So I will grant, without objection from the people, the defendant's request to modify bond and indicate that defendant is to report over to community corrections for a scram tether. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then that way they'll take the sober link back, and I'm signing an amended order for placement on the scram tether, doing that right now. All right.
Thank you. And this was on 10-9 for the adjourned PCC?
What? Do they not hear? Her and Gaddy, they're not listening. They're just talking.
We're the same age.
Sorry to hear that. 23rd.
23rd. Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Court does call the case People versus Brandon Sims.
Andrew Banish for the people.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Sims. Your Honor,
I'm here.
there is. Thank you. We're
Thank you.
requesting an adjournment of this matter for my client to have the opportunity to go over all the discovery we have received.
Okay. Probable cause conference, October 16th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You do the same. Court calls case People versus Kirby Snyder.
Andrew Banish for the people.
Michael Getty, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Snyder, Your Honor.
Oh, shit. Hello, what's your name?
Kirby Snyder.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I'd ask the court for an adjournment. I did contact the court. Ms. Snyder has a outstanding felony warrant. We were hoping to get arraigned this morning. She did submit a warrant recall when she found out about it. It's a 14B case, Judge, 25 FB 1426.
But it's a felony here.
Yes.
So if I sent to magistrate, will we tell it to review, but it don't show a response?
What were they reviewing?
Whether or not the warrant should be canceled because it's the original arraignment.
Oh, okay, so it's in process. All right.
Well, I'd ask the court to adjourn this so I can get her arraigned on that matter, get that case in here. And it's
October 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
October 23rd, that is, Judge.
Yes, it is, Mr. Gadd.
I forgot my. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be in touch. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple, appearing on behalf of Taylor. Mr. Taylor, will you state your name for the record?
Byron Taylor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are asking for an adjournment. There is, the firearm that was recovered was sent for testing to the Michigan State Lab on those results. As part of the,
Oh, boy.
yes.
Do we know, do we have an approximation as to how long that may take? Yeah, that's about the best. I gotcha. All right. Well, let's start with a month. So October 31st, or October.
And here's the other side of justice, zero tolerance. When someone skips court, the judge wastes no time, $10,000 cash bond warrant issued. Immediately, it's swift and cold. You can almost feel the energy shift from empathy to enforcement. The courtroom rhythm doesn't stop. It just moves to the next case.
30th, excuse me, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Randolph Taylor. What's that dude over there?
Being here for fun.
You need a hobby.
Yes.
All right.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Taylor, Your Honor, who is not present, and I would just ask for a show cause.
A what?
Show cause,
You
adjournment.
get that from Gaddy?
I do.
Okay. And did he tell you what my response is?
He was like, yeah, he'll give that to you, yeah. He was like, yes.
You should stop listening to him. I think my response to Mr. Gaddy, I don't do that.
Yes.
We are east of 23. So,
Your Honor, if the court is familiar with
bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond $10,000 cash. That warrant will issue immediately.
Perfect.
That's how we do it in the out. Court calls the case of the people versus Takesha Taylor.
Andrew Anderson, please.
Your Honor, Alexis Pluma appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Taylor. And Ms. Taylor, could you just say your full name?
Takesha Taylor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I am requesting just a brief adjournment in this matter. There has been an offer extended to dismiss the case. Ms. Taylor would agree to surrender the weapon.
Okay.
I think I can do that by a stipend order.
Do what?
Have the court order the weapon be surrendered.
You're looking at it being forfeited.
Forfeit, I think would be
to the AAPD.
Yes, and they
Now, if I get
already
an
have.
order, I'll sign that order, and then she just needs. Otherwise, they just won't take the weapon.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they may, but
They already have it.
Yes, they do.
got it. So they have it.
They have it.
You just need to forfeit.
Yeah, I already gave it that.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. You guys think you can get that accomplished by the 9th?
And this line says it all: a veteran, a judge, and a past that couldn't stay buried. That's not just a Casiata story of redemption. In this courtroom, justice isn't blind, it listens, whether it's a soldier finding a second chance or a judge balancing law with mercy. This is where truth meets trial.
Yes, and then hopefully she would not have to come back to court.
Right. So if the issue is that if it's forfeited to them, the weapon's there, there's a dismissal.
Yes. So I wasn't aware that they already had it, but that's great because I think all we need to do is stipulate that it'll be forfeited.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Then that's right. So what I'm going to indicate, because that's what it is, I'll adjourn this out to the 9th, 2025 at 9. And then, ma'am, if that's what's happening, you don't need to Try to
Come
get
back.
yourself back here.
Okay.
Don't sound so happy. Boy, she said it that way just to hurt my feelings. Fine, okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Court does call the case of People versus Kyla Williams.
Andrew Bailiff for the people.
It's a public defender. The Apple appearing on behalf of Ms. Williams is approaching now. Ms. Williams. Thank you. Your Honor, we are asking for an adjournment. I asked for a specific resolution in this case. I think that there needs to be some more conversation to see if that's something that can be worked out.
Case after case rolled on, until one man's story stopped the courtroom cold. A veteran, a judge, and a past that couldn't stay buried. What began as routine became unforgettable when justice looked into the eyes of sacrifice. This is the moment the courtroom went silent. This is trial and truth.
3rd, 2025, 9 a.m. bond.
Continue through. Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
See.
This court calls case People versus Leon Woods.
Simple based on behalf of Elion Woods, who's present by Zoom, Your Honor.
Mr. Woods, can you turn on a camera, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes. State your name.
Elion Woods. Today is the date and time set for a probable cause conference. At this time, we're respectfully requesting to set this for an exam.
All discovery is complete.
To my knowledge, yes.
People have their witnesses available on the 14th. Preliminary examination in person will be set October 14th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Bowell. All right. Before I begin, the rest of this is
Thank you, Your Honor.